Birendra Dhakal, and I'm originally from Bhutan. I became a refugee in 1992 because of my political and human rights activities in the country. Once I became a refugee, I landed up in refugee camp in Nepal along with 100,000 other refugees. I lived there for about 10 years. And when I was in the refugee camp, I started a kind of non-profit, co-founded a non-profit, which helped the vulnerable group of refugee women to gain skills. And I'm proud to say that some of these women are in America now because they were brought as refugees and they are practicing their trade today. Thousands were trained, and wherever I go, they recognize me, and it's so heartwarming. And then in 2007, when the United States government decided to bring the refugees to the United States, till then, by then I had already settled in Atlanta. By the way, I'm the first Bhutanese to be in Atlanta. My sister used to be there, she moved to Minnesota, so she was the first. So I can claim that I'm the first Bhutanese Georgian. And when the other group of people came, then actually Dilip was the first person, the guy over there, who came from Bhutan, first,
and I picked him from the
airport. He was the one who picked him. So when they were coming, I went to receive them in the airport, and that's how I met him. And since 2008, about 4,800 of us have made our way in Georgia. So there are about close to 5,000 Bhutanese refugees living in Georgia. Now when these people came, then I revived my interest in the community development. I thought, because I was already doing this kind of job back in my country, the same type of job in the refugee camp, and I said, why didn't you do something in America too? Because these people need this. So when I got my citizenship in 2010, I got inspired. Because when I told one of the Bhutanese guys that I got citizenship, he told me that he didn't think that he would be receiving citizenship because he doesn't know English. That inspired me. And I said, I'll make sure that you get citizenship in this country. That's how we too started volunteering. Initially we started in the apartments, we started teaching in a small place, and then it started with 5 people, then became 10, there was no place. Then we stopped. Till we had a spiritual center established after 6 months, and then there we revived. And that way we were doing a very secret type of job. We didn't want other people to know what we were doing there. Because initially we were a little scared what we were doing, people may not like it. So we used to go on Sundays, Saturday and Sunday, these are off days, at 9 o'clock, teach the people, nobody knew what was happening there. And suddenly one day I get called from New York, and this was the PBS group. And they said, well, we hear that you are doing a good job, and we want to come and make a documentary about you. I said, I'm not worthy of that, why do you want to select me? No, we heard so many good things about it, we want to come to Clarkston and make a documentary. I said, well, that's all right. And then they came, and then they made this documentary, and that's how everyone knew what I was doing in Clarkston. This is a part of the job that I do, but I do so many other things in helping people to take to the hospital, interpretation, whatever things they need, when I'm off days, because I have to also work in that, for my own job. Now, I was not thinking of running for political post. I didn't know what it is, being a new citizen. I didn't know how it is done, till my friend Ted came to me and he inspired me and encouraged me. He said, you are doing a wonderful job in the community, you are the right person to go. I was really scared because I didn't know how to start this. I said, no, give me 2 days or 3 days, I will think over it. I went home and nobody supported. My wife was a little skeptical. She said, no, this is not the time, nobody is going to help you. My daughters, one of them said, yes, you go for it. My son, no, he didn't. But I decided on my own. I said, I am going to see, because I have experienced so many things in my life. Let me see how this political life goes. So that's how I decided to run. Now, many people ask me, why do you want to run for this office? The only one sentence I tell to them is, I want to contribute to make Clarkston a better place to live, work and play. That's what I have. And I have 3 things in mind what I want to do. I want to contribute towards improving the education system in that place. Look at the statistics now in DeKalb County or Clarkston. DeKalb County has about 25 high schools, out of which our Clarkston High School ranks 20th in CCSPRI, which is College Career Readiness Performance Index. That is how the schools are judged now in Georgia. Our Clarkston High is 20th. Look at our middle school. It is the 25th out of 30. Look at the elementary school. They are way down average. Now, this is amazing. We are living in America. There is so much of money, budget, millions of dollars spent in education, and our kids are suffering. This is not good. I want to start right from the beginning at the household level. How we can have these kids to, focus in their homework, focus in their studies, work with the school. What is the shortcoming in these kids that they are not able to perform well? Is it the language? We come from a place where we value education so high. Education is the thing that made me, otherwise I would be a person without shoes living in the mountainous areas of Bhutan. I would not be here today. But education made me like this. So we don't want kids like this suffering in America. This is a great country, So my campaign today is to help these kids, especially the refugee family kids, even the local kids. How we can improve the education system in Clarkston. This is the number one question I want to ask the politician there, the community there, the school authorities there. My campaign will be at the household level, not at the level. The second thing I want to tell you is, if you see the safety record of Clarkston, we find Clarkston has the highest rate in even the national level. 70% higher than the national average of crime rate in Clarkston today. 48% higher than the state average. Why is it happening like that? That means we, the community, we are depending all the time to the police. We have to have some kind of campaign at the apartment level. There are so many neighborhoods and apartments. We have to work together. We have to be vigilant of our own community. Police are there to help us. But we have to look for our own safety. I want to, together with our new mayor, I want to work towards it. This is the second campaign. And third thing that I want to emphasize is that very recently, probably about 2 months, 3 months ago, there was big news in the media that there are too many refugees living in Clarkston. I want to tell everybody that diversity is a strength, not a weakness. Because if you go to downtown Clarkston today, 85% of the businesses are owned by international community there. These people live in the apartment, drive 2 hours down to Macon, 2 hours to walk to Gainesville, work there, bring the money and spend in Clarkston. Now, is it not a good thing? These people live in the apartment and occupy the apartment so that there is a high occupancy rate, there is business coming here. So many good things are being done by the refugees, still they are blamed. Now, I don't want to advocate a thing where refugees, overwhelming number of refugees come to Clarkston. If you look back the history, I was looking down the statistics, and from 1980 to 1990, there was 18% growth rate in the population of Clarkston. If you see another rate, 1990 to 2000, it is 34.4%. Now I don't know why, it may be the international level. But if you see the figure from 2000 to 2010, it is 4.4%. So I am not advocating for 18%, I am not advocating for 34% increase in population of Clarkston, I am advocating for 4 to 4%. The current rate of refugee is 2,300 people arriving each year. I think that is sustainable, and we should all help people, we should all have to develop policy around that. But I want to caution one thing. We have people from all over the world, right? They say we have people from 40 different countries, 54 different languages. Now we are living in a small place of 1.1 square mile. We have 4 churches, 1 mosque, 1 Hindu temple, 1 Buddhist temple. Imagine that is within 1.1 square mile. This is a good thing. But it can also be the otherwise. If you don't bring this community together, if you let this community be on their own, there is a real danger that that will lead to isolation, and that is not good in a big country like ours. There might be so many other stuff coming up. So I want to propose that we need to bring this community together, especially on an occasion like Independence Day. Why don't we celebrate together, community? 54 different community, 40 different communities coming together, the American, local people, and See, it's Independence Day for the American, but it is a liberation